Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. Hello, welcome back. Just as I start streaming, I start having to cough. How suck is that? We'll get better though. I should start doing some vocalizing warm-up exercises, what I should do. Okay, so we have done some work here, and I think I've made my situation not better significantly. I'm fine with how the silos are. Oh, I gotta start my music. Based on what I saw, I didn't have enough to keep purple running. To keep production science running, or whatever this is. So there's a couple things. One, I should have moved these here. Because it's what uses the iron and the steel, and that's from right here. So I'm causing a lot of extra traffic right there. The other thing is I've just packed things in too tightly here. And traffic is going to overwhelm it when I add the rest of these trains. Because according to my calculations for science research, I need 25 iron trains. Currently, I have 20. And for copper trains, I have 10 and I need 13. So let's add a few more of each and just grow it up. Yeah. I also need to review all of these trains for their timestamps. This is still using an older design too. So I want to turn this back on, but I also am pretty confident that purple science will fall over on itself due to congestion issues. So I'm preparing for having to move purple science out of here. Oh wait, this is brick. Yeah, brick stacks to... No, brick stacks to 100. It's stone that stacks to 50. Why that one was missing the 5 seconds of inactivity, I don't know. So this is stone. Stone should only need 30 seconds. Because it can't hold that much, right? Oh, this is brick. Oh, that's right. I have 2 brick factories because it doesn't produce fast enough. And if you think this is boring to watch, well, it is. Enjoy the music. See, this is coal, and it shouldn't need more than the 60 seconds. It should actually only need 30 seconds to unload, or 45. Well, if the other one takes 75 seconds, 72, after that is about 37 seconds. Right? But it's not. It's done in 20 seconds. 25. So it's done in 30 seconds. Alright, so we're setting you to 30 seconds. So stack size 50 is 30 seconds. How high did grenade stack? Hi, smoking. Stack to 100, so grenades get the normal 90. You know what? We're going to go with 45 on these. That way I have some nice clean numbers for myself. So stack size 100 gets 90 seconds. Stack size 50 gets 45 seconds. And the stack size of 200 gets 180 seconds. It's really hard to not sing along. Serial Dad. Serial Dead. Sorry. Welcome back. I just glanced over. Serial Dead Dad? Serial Dad Dead. I don't know. $100. 100 is 90. No, Dad. Not yet. Not yet. This is stone. Stone stacks to 50. Stone should only need 45 seconds. This has a stack size of 10. How quickly do you think this will unload? Also, LDS, I only need 7680. And I've got 3 of these trains. I'll leave it. This is plastic. It's not supposed to be this way. Batteries stacked to 200, so they need extra time to unload. I'm sorry, yeah. Engines stacked to 50. It's very likely that I am going to be moving all of this purple science out of here. I'm going to fire it up as it is and see what happens, but I'm applying. This is stone. Stone only needs, I think I said it's going to be 45 seconds for stone. It only stacks to 50, so. Copper cable needs 180. Iron gets 90. Steel gets 90. You get 180. Oh, wait a minute. That's copper cable right there. How long does it take to completely empty this? See, I don't understand that. Oh, because I've greatly exaggerated that. All right, well, I don't need to distinguish between those then. I'll just set them all to 90 and save myself some headache. Empty 90 seconds or inactivity. I'm fine with that. Makes my life easier. Make everything 90 seconds. Well, here's a test then, right? This is a 200 stack. "60 seconds is clearly too short." I mean, I think the exact answer is 73. 74. We'll just put it at 75 for now. What I'm looking at is, does this stay ahead of that? Because I want it to hit empty. The 75 seconds is a catch, is a hook catch for if one of these is stuffed up. And if one of these chest sets, wagon columns gets backlogged because of a flaw, then the train never actually empties. So I need a hook to bypass so that the train just leaves in case one wagon never empties out. And the 5 seconds of inactivity doesn't work either, and I should probably just remove it. Except for it should be "and" on those with an "or," so that I guarantee it gets fuel. So even at a 200 stack, somehow it's able to get itself emptied in 90 seconds. I don't quite understand that. I want these on an "or" and this on an "and." But not like that. I want these on an "or." I don't quite know how to get what I want here. So how do I get this to behave the way that I want? I want these two on an "or" and this one on an "and." No. No. "5 seconds of inactivity and empty cargo. 5 seconds of inactivity and 90 seconds have passed. I could just do this. Interesting that it maintains that hidden "and" clause. Yeah, this is what I want. I'll update that in the future. But the part I don't understand is why something with a 200 stack unloads at the same speed as something with a 100 stack. I'm going to bring this one back and eventually I'll reprogram it, but I don't even remember where I was looking anymore. Right there. Do a PP dance when you get there, so I know you're there. Here's something I'm also considering is adding a locomotive to the front and the back. Turning it into a 484. I should have made them double on either end, which would invalidate all of my builds. And I'm not really all that interested in doing that right now, but I'm looking at these trains and their acceleration, and it's not what I want it to be. So we'll have two settings. 30 seconds for fluid, 60 or 90 seconds for solids. I have 12 of these now. I need 13, so one more of those. $22 of those. I need 25. Mr. Cucumber. Welcome. Is the flamethrower damage dependent on oil type? Not that I'm aware of. It's the efficiency. I don't have a flamethrower built. I don't even have it researched. Let's take a look. Item. Flamethrower turret. Fuel value. None of those. Ammo types. Default. I don't see ammo category. I don't see anything that says I don't see anything in here that says what type of ammo matters. If we look at the technology for flamethrower turret, you can increase the damage. Creates fire. No, I don't see a difference. Now, Mr. Cucumber, the part that matters here, I might be wrong. It might matter. Something about light oil is the best fluid for flamethrowers. But it might be because of the efficiency of getting light oil. Light oil is the most efficient thing to get from crude oil. Crude oil mixed with water gives you 45 light oil. Right? If we go to Factorio cheat sheet, and you may not be able to read this, but I'll tell you what I'll see what I can do here on making this visible. All right, so if we go to oil refining on this, if we crack oil, right, just straight up advanced oil processing, we're going to get 9 per second out of 20 oil, right? Another way to look at it is where is this? Not there, but we're going to get 9 oil. Now, another way to look at this, as I was talking to you, I thought about it. Let's look at a refinery. What's a refinery get us? There. Nope, not there. Doesn't tell me that. I know the numbers. It produces something like... No. Cargo wagon transport. So the numbers are basically that we're going to get 45 petrol, 40 oil, and 10 light oil, and 10 heavy oil for 20 fuel. 20 crude oil. So the most efficient fuel to use is light oil because you get more of it for what you get. Now, my personal preference is to use crude oil. And the reason I prefer to use crude oil is because I don't have to manage its production and distribution. If I had a wall, I just hook up to the oil pump, to the pump jack, and there you go, I'm fueling. And then I don't have to deal with, anywhere do I have to deal with mixed oil types. So in my defensive setups, I use crude oil for flamethrowers because it's easier to manage. Even if it was worse damage, and even if it was least efficient, I would still use crude oil because it's the most easiest. And that's what matters, is how easy it is for me. Because I got a million other things I need to worry about. Efficiently killing biters is not highest on my priority. Just so long as the buggers die and they don't destroy my stuff, I don't really care. Just get off my world. So that's where my thought process goes. I use crude oil because it's easiest to manage. And at the end, once you get to a certain point in this game and you've solved all the puzzles, you know how to build green circuits and all that other happy stuff, it's no longer a game of puzzle solving. It's It's a game of logistics. As I'm seeing here. A drain pipe, does it want to change oil? Click on it and there will be an icon. If you click on it, well, I'm in map view here. There will be an icon for clearing the pipe. There'll be a little trash icon that shows up next to it. There's two of them actually, one for clearing the fluid that's in the pipe and one for clearing the fluid that's in the system. Okay, good. By the way, if you're not following me, and you click the little follow button, you'll get your name put on a wagon, on a cargo wagon. I wrote a mod to do that. And if you are following, and it's been a while, there's your redeem for I'm a follower. And that'll get your name put on a cargo wagon too. Hi, Bob. Serial dead squawks. Good. I was afraid I'd chased you away with my insults. Thank you for reaffirming that I'm not a horrible person. Past few weeks I've been sleeping without waking up less sleepy. Ah, yes. Well, actually, there's somebody else you should look up, Bob. I was just watching part of his podcast, Tom Bilyeu at Impact Theory, and he has a great thing about sleep, too. So yes, watch the Huberman thing. Let me see if I can get you the link. My goodness, why does anybody watch YouTube without using Opera? Anyhow, Bob, here's another video you can watch. Tom spends a good amount of time. Now, Tom is an intense person, right? Don't fuck around watching Tom thinking, oh yeah, I can pick this up pretty easy. No. Tom's a multi-billionaire who created Quest. He's a brilliant guy, but he brings a buttload of intensity. He brings more intensity than, well, he's like, you know how David Goggins is the most intense physical athlete there is. Just flat out, Mr. Goggins is the GOAT there. Tom Bilyeu is the GOAT of business intensity. Jesus, the guy will melt you if you think it's going to be casual. But his methods get the results that people want. You just got to be willing to give it what it says. Yeah, Cameron Haynes is pretty impressive. He comes from a different place. Well, I think in order to have Goggins' mindset, you have to have Goggins' history. He had such a traumatic upbringing, traumatic early life, that the neural elements of his life resulted in a behavioral set that most of us cannot even hope to achieve. Wouldn't consider possible. That's why we consider him so superhuman. Is because his life experiences back when his brain was very neurally plastic resulted in a mindset and capabilities that are unlike anyone else's. And that's why Goggins is the way he is. And I don't know that it's possible for a person without his upbringing to replicate his experience. And I think that's okay. Most of us aren't trying to be Goggins anyways. $23, huh? 23 and 13. All right, so I've got 13. All right, I need 2 more iron chains. Yeah, Bob, that's a great way to put it. There's also one other thing to consider, and it's something I learned from my days in gambling in Vegas. It doesn't matter in Vegas. It doesn't matter what system you have, as long as you have a system. Then you're going to have consistent results. You may not win because you know Vegas isn't set up for you to win. But you'll at least not piss your money away like there's no tomorrow. And similarly, when it comes to any health solution, um, any standardized sleeping schedule is going to be better than one that's not at all standardized. I forgot to set a condition on that I want. Yeah, Bob, and to be honest, that's one of the reasons I do what I do. Like I do the Tibetan 5 as exercises every day, and you scale it up, starting at 3 reps, and then every week or two. And I've injured myself in weightlifting more times than I can count. And so what I did is I adopted starting strength with the 5x5. You don't go over 5, period, no matter how good you feel. Next time you increase it, and then with the Tibetan 5, you start at 3, and then a week or two you go to 5, and then a week or two you go to 7, and then a week or two you go to 9, until you get to 21. And then if you feel good, then later in the day you do another set of 3, like just before you go to bed. But I mean, when I first started, I was capable, other than the back bridges, I was capable of doing in the high teens of those things. But I stopped at 3. And then I repeated 3 until it was relatively straightforward. And then I went to 5, and it was 2 weeks. And then I went to 7, and then I went to 9. And when I got into the teens, it started hitting my endurance factors. But it didn't cause injury because the practice itself put in the limitation so that the mind doesn't overachieve the body, doesn't overextend the body. And that has saved me from many injuries. Do you have your fuel now? Yes, you do. Good. Well, we're at 25 of these. Sulfuric acid. Yeah, we're at 2 of those. I think I'm going to leave all these alone. So the only way to know if this is working is to make it work. I'm looking at my spreadsheet to see if I've got everything. So we're going to make some things happen here. Today is the 8th. Here's auto launch. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's running on an old i7. And, it doesn't... I don't think it has enough memory to keep all of the functionality of Factorio in memory. And so when I do certain things for the first time, it has to load it from disk, and that causes a disk... a stopping of the service. I could probably fiddle with the settings and give it a higher priority and make sure that it doesn't ever memory swap, but... Alright. Alright. Timing. I am concerned that this does not have enough iron coming in to satisfy it. We'll see. Why aren't you unloading? Then why are you summoning a train? Something's wrong here. Why is your stack size 200? None of these have a stack size of 200. Or do they have a stack size of 200? Yeah, I guess they do. So why are you requesting a train? Which of you is wrong? You. And what? Why is there a chest here? 25,000, huh? Oh, that's a big rat's nest. You're no longer requesting. Good. You're in the same boat. I don't recommend my uranium processing. I have them. But it's terrible. It doesn't work well. Here's what it does. Is it uses way too many of these and way too few of these. And so the result is, well, this is the result. Millions of 238 that needs to be reprocessed using a garbage thing. So I don't recommend it. Yeah, he created Quest Nutrition, and then it had like a 3,700% growth year to year. Him and his wife Lisa are fantastic. He is very intense. So, Mr. Cucumby, I just haven't put the effort into getting that right, and I don't know that I will. So earlier, I had started. See, these things are going to have to just run. So once the rockets start filling up, the science, then God, it's so cool to watch. Sorry. Once the science fills up, then the research will kick off, and then I can start looking around to see how things are going. See, this is concerning right here. I don't have enough iron coming in. And that's a real problem, and I might need to redesign this again. So while this is something I want to work on, I need to get it out of my way. Did not want that to happen. So I think what I need to do now is redesign this. Let's make sure I have the latest one. I've been using Russia as my template because it's right side up. If there was a thing here, it would still be disconnected. Okay, so that's valid. That's safe. Okay, so this is my latest. I'm fine with that. It does unfortunately have Russia everywhere in there, which I don't want. That'll shut that up. But as a safety precaution, I'm going to take these and save them off someplace where they can't get built. Also, I need to get a copy of this because this can't say Russia either. Really? The one thing I was waiting for had to be last, huh? I don't know if the rest of this song is worth it.